Thorpe Park's brand new horror maze, Creek Freak Massacre, the most intense Fright Nights maze ever.
Lights, camera, action.
Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So, it has finally happened. We have now received all of our Fright Nights 2019 announcements. We now know everything new that is going to be at the event this year, and that is of course including details for the brand new horror maze, which I am so excited for. But yeah, these announcements were released today at 8:30 AM in a series of social media posts. The first one to be revealed was of course the big one, the brand new maze for this year, which we now know is going to be called Creek Freak Massacre. They announced this by posting an announcement video, which we're going to dissect and try and see if there's any like hints as to what the maze will be like. But first, if you haven't yet seen that video, then here it is right now. So yeah, very exciting stuff. There's a lot of things that we can take a look at in this video though, so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to grab my laptop from just behind me, and we are going to go through this video frame by frame to see, as I say, if there's any hints as to what the maze could be like, and just see if there's anything interesting that we can spot in there. So yeah, let's take a look. So as you can see, the video opens in Old Town 1949, and this right here is our first little glimpse. As you can see, we are reading the Old Town Bugle, issue 18, Wednesday the 28th of September 1949. As far as I'm aware, this has got no major relevance, I think. Oh, scrap that, actually Fright Night starts on the 28th of September, so yeah, big up. I've literally just worked that out. If you pause the video on this frame here, you can read: police were called to the Creekwood Sawmill on Monday evening after reports of screaming from within the mill. Creekwood Sawmill is a family-run business, however has been plagued, and then it's kind of difficult to make out the rest, but I'm pretty sure it says about bad working conditions, and then it goes on to like say what one worker said. But yeah, the most important things to take from this little newspaper clipping is the fact that something went down at Creekwood Sawmill in 1949, and Creekwood Sawmill is a family-run business, so that's going to be important, I think, to the storyline. But yeah, let's carry on watching. So yeah, this part gives us a good opportunity to see what the whole headline says. As you can see, it states, "Workers found mutilated in local lumber mill massacre." Mad. We then cut to black and we've got Old Town News Archive. So this is obviously shot in 1949. You might recognise this house in the background if you've done Platform 15. But yeah, we've basically got SWAT teams like dragging out what seems to be a bunch of hillbillies, and interestingly, if you pause on one particular frame, you can see the guy at the back has got a big old chainsaw, so oh boy. And then if you take a look at their little evidence slides on the right, you can see there's quite a bit of blood. If we take a look at the little news clipping at the bottom, we can read murderous family taken into custody. So once again, reinforcing the fact that this is a family run business. There's clearly a very messed up family that have resided in this sawmill. Interestingly, it states 28th September 1979. I don't know why there's been a bit of a time jump there, but don't really know what that's about. But yeah, at that point the news archive footage stops and we jump to 2019, where we have a man on his laptop on LinkedIn looking for a new job as a lumberjack. And here's a little job offering at Creekwood Sawmill as a mill worker. So if we pause here, we can read, we are looking for an experienced mill worker with a proven track record, presumably, and dicing the finest grades of wood. If you can handle a chainsaw or hatchet, then boy, we want to hear from you, presumably. Oh, so a chainsaw or a hatchet. If you haven't already worked out, there's gonna be chainsaws in this maze, but the fact it also says hatchet, that might be creepy, with like people coming at you with like these axe kind of things. Some key skills plus experience. You'll need experience with heavy machinery, splinter first aid, and a strong stomach. So all of these are just reinforcing the idea of like a sawmill. It's gonna be like wood, and heavy machinery sounds interesting. Like, could there be a big theming piece within the maze that could relate to this heavy machinery? I don't know. Extra brownie points, someone prepared to get their hands dirty, someone who's not afraid of blood, sweat and tears. So yikes. And for our perks, we take darn good care of our workers. Perks include varmint hunting, roadkill barbecues, and moonshine you can drink. So yeah, it sounds like a pretty calm job to me. And at this point, the video does take a very dark turn. It cuts to black, and when we go back into the action, we are presumably within the maze. So these are our very first shots within the maze, and we've got a scary Donnie staring at the camera down. It looks like he's biting on an axe or something in this first shot, and then we've got someone else with a chainsaw literally going for the camera. Interestingly, as I said, I think this might be inside the maze, judging by the walls behind. Like, they do look very wooden and like loads of blood splatter. I don't know where else this would be filmed on Park, so my immediate guess would be within the brand new maze. So yeah, very interesting. This is possibly my favourite shot in the whole trailer, because you get a really good look at what I presume is a new corridor in the maze. So yeah, you can see there's like wood boarding up the inside and loads of bloody handprints. So I think we're in for a real treat when it comes to theming for this maze. And yeah, we just got shots of these hillbillies basically just going for the camera, being a bit mental basically. And then we have got the sound effects of a chainsaw, and it cuts to the brand new logo for the maze, which I really like actually. It's a very, very nice logo, with some blood splatters, new for 2019. And then we do, of course, get the message, our most intense maze ever. We're gonna talk about this in a little sec, but just after this, there might be something that a few of you might have missed. If you listen out, there actually tease a bit of what presumably will be the soundtrack for the maze, and it's basically like a hillbilly version of the island theme. You can hear it right now. Oh yes, that sounds very, very nice. That bit of audio almost reminds me of the cue line music they used to use for both Studio 13 and My Bloody Valentine. You can hear it right here. And that always built up such a good atmosphere for the maze. Like, that's some of my favourite Fright Nights audio ever. So the fact that this music reminds me of that is very, very promising. That is the video. We can now head over to the website, where we have got some brand new photos from the maze, as well as a full description. So as you can see on screen right now, here are the 3 brand new promo images for the maze. The family that are running this sawmill are clearly a bit mental. Like, they tying people up, and in these 3 pictures alone there's 4 chainsaws. So I'm going to discuss my predictions for this maze in just a bit, but there's going to be a lot of chainsaws for the look of it. But yeah, let's give the official description of the maze a quick read. How much wood would a wood chop chop if a wood chop could chop you? Big up KSI. Hacking their way into the abandoned Creekwood sawmill in 2019, tread carefully past a deranged family of lumberjacks, lest you find yourself chugging gasoline fumes on the wrong end of a chainsaw. Who will survive and what will be left of them? Brace yourself and prepare for the gruesome worst as you take on more Chainsaw Massacre madness than ever before in Creek Freak Massacre, our most extreme Fright Nights Halloween scare maze to date. So yeah, there it is. We have now watched the official announcement video, we've seen the promotional images, and we have read the description. Creek Freak Massacre looks absolutely terrifying, let's not lie. But now that we have a name for the maze, we have some details, that means that construction is really going to be picking up. So I'm going to head to Thorpe Park right now, I'm going to take you guys with me, and we're going to take a look at what is going on at the construction site for Creek Freak Massacre. And we're also going to discuss the other brand new things that are coming to Thorpe Park Fright Nights this year. So yeah, I'm going to go grab Kieran and Sophie and we're going to head to Thorpe Park right now. Let's go! Let's go, look at this new sign! What are you saying?
That's sick.
Now that we have a name for the brand new maze for this year, we can start trying to figure out what's going to be going on within the maze. Obviously from the promo video that they released and the description, we know there's going to be a load of chainsaws in there, but is the maze going to be a linear route maze where you'll start and finish and just walk along the path like in Saw Alive and Walking Dead Do or Die, or will it be more of a multi-route maze like Cabin in the Woods was? Big Top also had elements of multi-route, so yeah, what are you thinking?
It looks sick. I'm very gassed. That sign is sick, but I think it's probably going to be a free flow.
What, choose your own like way?
Oh, I definitely think there'll be a lot of rooms in there. It's a big space.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sick to see people coming out. I'm so gassed. Like the fact it's gonna be the scariest maze for Thorpe Park.
Yes.
Like, that's quite hard to compete with.
The most intense maze ever at Thorpe Park. Like
that's got a lot of like, Experiment 10, Asylum. Like they're big competitors there. And if it's scary in both of those, then it's gonna be like one of the scariest mazes in the country because they were scary.
I mean, obviously we've been getting construction from this maze for ages now, and it's now sick, like seeing the doors open, seeing theming going in, like we can see chain link fences, body bags.
Strobes, I think. There was audio testing the other day, like, it's gonna be sick.
I really think this has got the potential to be the most intense maze they've ever done, and that's what they're marketing it as, so.
I think it'll start like multi-route, like free flow, and then probably end up into more of a linear.
I think maybe if we end in that little chain link fence which is in that main bit.
I'm gassed, bro. But yeah, I think it's going to be very similar to Cabin in the Woods.
I am so excited, yeah. Just seeing that sign is sick. And there's loads of other stuff going on across the resort, so be sure to subscribe for the next construction update, which is going to be sick. But yeah, Creek Freak Massacre. Boy, am I excited, like, it's going to be a sick maze. So as you can see behind me, the platform tunnel has started to be constructed, but as I said, we're not going to talk about that in today's video. There will be a construction update coming very soon, so be sure to subscribe to be notified when that gets uploaded. So, as well as details of the brand new maze, Creek Freak Massacre, Thorpe Park today have also revealed the Feared 5 challenge, which is a challenge that's going to be going on during Fright Nights, where you ride a ride, you scan a QR code, and at the end you can get a wristband. What are you thinking about this?
Something else to do. I mean, it's a bit of a yikes for us because we don't do rides.
We don't do rides at Fright Nights, no.
If there's a wristband, you say?
Yeah, you get a wristband.
I mean, could be a cool wristband. And at the end of the day, it's free as well, like, you don't have to do it, like.
So yeah, if you ride all of the rides, you can get yourself a free wristband.
Another good thing is it could draw the views away from mazes a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
So we are now here in Amity, and as you can see now, Thorpe Park have announced the final new thing for this year. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be pretty similar to what Amity High was last year, but maybe more of like a flash mob style this year. Almost kind of a mix between Big Top Showtime and Amity High, where these people would just be like popping up around the park, doing a little dance and then interacting with the crowd.
Sounds cool. It sounds quite like the Altonville Ancestors kind of show, which is a sick thing. Some good photo opportunities, I'm sure, will come out of it. And
yeah, almost a bit more family friendly to the rest of Fright Nights. So yeah,
sounds pretty good.
So that brings us to the end of today's video. If you are excited for Creek Freak Massacre and Fright Nights in general, then be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. And as I said, be sure to subscribe to be notified as soon as I upload future Fright Nights videos. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.